Picture this. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak making jaws drop with over 12,000 career points, 2 MVPs before turning 26, and a championship to his name. Ever heard Shaq the Big Diesel himself say someone's better than him at his position? He said that about Giannis. Could Giannis be on the path to being the biggest basketball GOAT? Buckle up, Hoops fans. We're diving deep into the realm of basketball greatness. Trust me, you'll want to be courtside for this one. Giannis Antetokounmpo is a 5 times All-NBA first team, 4 times All-Defensive first team, Finals MVP in 2021. And oh, not to forget the cherry on top, a couple of MVP titles. It's like every year he's unwrapping some new award as an early Christmas gift. In just 10 seasons with the Bucks, this absolute unit has pulled an average of 22.6 points, 9.6 rebounds, and 4.7 assists across 719 regular season games. And when All-Star games come knocking, he's been the main act 7 times. Let's not even dive deep into that NBA championship crown he's proudly flaunting. Giannis isn't just making waves in the court, he's causing a storm outside too. Remember those times he stood strong at Milwaukee protests, fighting against racial injustice and police brutality?
Giannis Antetokounmpo and Bucks teammates took to the streets with marchers Saturday afternoon.
Shut it down! Shut it down! If we don't get it!
Shut it down!
Or how he magically turned Milwaukee Bucks games into the place to be, making every game night feel like a red carpet event?
Giannis and the Bucks went down 0-2, but there was no way Giannis could let Kobe down. So he channeled his inner Mamba mentality and put the Bucks on his back, winning the next 3.
And hey, just so you're in the loop, the Bucks' success isn't just about the dunks and 3-pointers. Thanks to Giannis, they've transformed from this May team to, oh heck, we better watch out for them contenders. The guy's basically giving the Bucks a glow up and everyone's lining up for tickets. So now that we've covered all this, you might be wondering, how much is this MVP actually raking in from all these slam dunks and game changers? Stay tuned, because that's exactly what we're diving into next. Here goes. Let's talk about some Giannis dollars. Our man signed a whopping 5-year deal with the Bucks, pocketing a cool average of $45.6 million per annum. And if you do some fast math, that's a lot of cheeseburgers. Now, Nike, the sneaker giant, wasn't about to let this MVP slide by. After his initial MVP win, they're like, we need a piece of that Greek freak action. And boom, we got the Zoom Freak one in 2019, which, by the way, had the biggest signature shoe launch in Nike's history. Talk about making an entrance. Not just that, but from a modest annual $20,000 deal with Nike, Giannis catapulted to an impressive $9 million yearly. Now that's what we call an upgrade. On the merchandise front, Giannis' number 34 jersey was literally flying off the racks, being the 4th bestseller on NBA.com in 2019. And while some critiques of the Zoom Freak one shoe said it was a bit pricey, young hoopers everywhere didn't seem to mind as they laced up to emulate their MVP hero. As for playoffs and championship bonuses, Giannis' journey saw some bumps with a few first-round losses. But all that's in the past, because in 2021, the man not only bagged the NBA championship, but also switched the Finals MVP title, casually dropping a 50-point game. Talk about peaking at the right time.
We begin with breaking news coming out of Milwaukee. Giannis Antetokounmpo is signing the Supermax extension with the Bucks.
Giannis is set to cash in a staggering $228.2 million over his Supermax extension with the Bucks. Real estate's been Giannis' power move off the court. He snagged a mansion, a real architectural beauty, for a tidy sum of $1.8 million. Financial lesson number 1, invest in appreciating assets. This pad is predicted to double its value. Giannis' business portfolio. Juicy. We're talking diverse investments from candy shops, sweet returns from Candy Funhouse, to the big league with the Milwaukee Brewers and Nashville SC. The cherry on top is dive into mutual funds with Calamos Equity, anticipating long-term growth. We all get thirsty, but Giannis went and bought Ready Sports Drink. Hydration and dividends, smooth. Now, any finance guru will tell you diversifying your assets is key. Financial lesson number 2. Don't put all your basketballs in one hoop. Giannis's various stakes show he's spreading his bets, reducing risk and potentially boosting rewards. Now that's playing the field. Moving over to the silver screen, our man's been banking on his brand. Finding Giannis is a real success, and his TV appearances, Disney's in on a Greek freak biopic. Can you even imagine the royalties? And let's not forget, the guy's also penned a children's book. Giannis isn't just collecting checks, he's inspiring the next generation. If you are enjoying this so far, make sure you hit that like button to help the YouTube algorithm show this video to more basketball fans. Now, if you thought his dunks were flashy, check out his kicks.
Giannis' new stick, signature shoe, may be the best basketball shoe of the year.
Wow, that is some high praise.
I think it's going to be a classic basketball shoe. A lot of guys will be wearing that shoe all year.
From Zoom Freak 1 to 5 with some immortality on the side, every pair sold, K-Chin for Giannis. While the numbers are rolling in, Giannis doesn't keep it all to himself. He pledged a whopping $100,000 to arena staff, making sure they weren't left in the lurch during the pandemic. And back in his homeland, he's been Santa Claus year-round, with food boxes, masks, and even his own basketball academy. Now, with all these power moves, what's next? Maybe his hypothetical retirement plan involves buying a small country. Whatever it is, with his financial playbook, it's bound to be legendary. But before we dive into that interesting possibility, you are at Wealth Herald here, your #1 YouTube channel on the money and business life of your favorite athletes and how you can position yourself to start a great financial journey learning from these legends. Don't miss any of our future videos. Hit the subscribe button to become a part of our amazing community. So by the time Giannis thinks about retirement, he's already earned big bucks from the NBA. We're talking $45.6 million in 2023 to 2024, $48.8 million in 2024 to 2025, and maybe, just maybe, he takes that tasty player option for $51.9 million in 2025 to 2026. Then there's the pension. Quick lesson, NBA players get a pension after 3 seasons. And for every season they play, they pocket nearly $200,000 per year starting at age 62. If Giannis does a solid 15-season run, that's $3 million per year. He's basically the NBA's piggy bank. Speaking of legends, how does our man compare to other basketball gods post-retirement? Magic Johnson dazzled us for 13 years. Turned executive, then Hall of Famer. Twice. Kobe, the Black Mamba, left a mark, not just on the court but in our hearts, mentoring and focusing on fatherhood. And Jordan, 6 championships, a baseball detour, and a basketball empire later, he's still got game, even as an owner. How would Giannis shape up against these legends? With global fame, he could be the next big international basketball ambassador. And while he might not purchase a team, he could totally dive into business partnerships, maybe even mentoring. Giannis the Guru? Anyone? Financial lesson alert. From MJ, Kobe, and Magic, Giannis can grasp the power of global branding. Building an empire isn't just about skills on the court, but leveraging charisma off of it. And talk about diversifying. He could look at tech, restaurants, or even property investments. After all, who wouldn't want to dine at Giannis's gyros? Here's the thing. Branding isn't just for cattle. In the world of sports, it's how athletes package themselves. The legendary Air Jordan or the marketability of a Virat Kohli? That's brand in gold, and it's essential for post-retirement success. In a nutshell, Giannis has the potential not just to be a GOAT on the court, but off it too. Next, we're diving deep into the legacy of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Let's take a little stroll down memory lane, shall we? Remember when Giannis Antetokounmpo was just that lanky kid trying to find his footing in the NBA? Fast forward to now and boom, he's making slam dunks in our hearts. From that iconic block in the NBA Finals to carrying the Milwaukee Bucks like a backpack on a hiking trip, Giannis has stamped his presence big time. But let's zoom out a bit. This guy isn't just a Bucks legend, he's an NBA sensation. And worldwide, he's basically basketball's ambassador, bridging continents with his Greek-Nigerian heritage. Talk about international diplomacy, am I right? With his track record, his legacy off the court is gonna be as spicy as his Euro steps. So, what's next for the Greek Freak? Only time will tell, but the legend of Giannis, it's just getting started. If we're talking basketball and greatness, there's one legend that springs to mind, right? I mean, who wore basketball greatness as a second skin even before Giannis made those jaw-dropping moves? Yeah, you guessed it. The one, the only, Michael Jordan. So, if you're itching to keep this hoop train going and want to see how MJ became bigger than basketball itself, click on to our next video. After all, to truly understand where Giannis might be headed, you've got to know where the bar was set. And spoiler alert, MJ didn't just set it, he dunked on it. Ready for some more hoop magic? Let's jump